think that's okay. I like the blue. Whoa, oh shit. YOLO! Whoever just liked it, what up? I'm still setting up, so. Una momento. Watch your ears. Okay, so. Sorry, I'm kind of setting the whole mantra. My nose just got super itchy. And when that happens, it's like the fucking witch in me just starts to go off. So something happened. So I just got put in this really fucking weird situation that has taken 21 years to happen again. I couldn't believe it. I was like, last time I was in this situation was 21 years ago. And I was like 17. Okay. So I don't know how the fuck this is happening. And I was like, okay, is this a shift then? Because, you know, the whole like Pluto Capricorn thing that's going on. And it's Yule in like, I don't know, 6 hours. What time is it? Yeah, I think it's 5. Is it 5 o'clock here? Just after 5? It's like 7 hours. It'll be Yule, which is like a whole nother different season. And I'm like, okay, I think something like, you know, like the underdogs, the fucking losers, the people that are not getting anywhere. Well, I don't know, maybe mentally feeling like they're not getting anywhere. There it is. I feel like this is the reading for you. And then I got a kind of like a confirmation about it. I was just like, sometimes the things that happen in my life are so weird that like I have to do a reading afterwards because I just think like that's beyond me. Like that's not just about me, you know, like that's about fucking everybody. So I take that as a sign. I'm getting pinged. And it's like 300 degrees in my room. I don't know why. I swear only women open up windows in the winter. Okay. I gotta figure out what cards to use. I feel like I want to use my cards. Something fucking heavy's coming through. Of course. I knew it was. I'm gonna have to ask my sister what planets moved, but something huge is happening. And now my body's paying the price for it. Woo! Okay. Take what resonates, see what doesn't. I always gotta say that. Entertainment purposes only, motherfuckers! If it doesn't resonate, don't take it, alright? What up? My eyes are off right now. I have this really weird, like, psychic headache going on, so I'm not really gonna be reading the chat too often. But take it how it resonates. My psychic eye is working. My other eyes are not working. All right, this is going to be fun. Okay. What's our main theme for this switch? Yeah, I feel like it is. Yeah, okay. So there's definitely a switch around. I have this ghost beside me that always talks to me. And yes, it's a schizophrenia thing. Yes, it's kind of a Donnie Darko thing. But no, it is not weird. Everybody has an imaginary friend. Mine just has stuck around since I was born. We're getting some insider traded information, okay? So something has shifted for the losers, okay? The people who just, like I said, just hasn't been working for them for some fucking reason. And that's because of the energy. Look, I can't lie if I tried, you see? Okay, and I literally just watched almost all 3 Hobbits today while waiting to go to work, which, as you can see, am I at work right now? No. That's what happened. Something really fucking weird happened. And Gandalf, one of the last frames that I left on was Gandalf when he goes into that weird weird cave place where they have all the spirits. And then they realize that they released the necromancer like into the world or whatever, right? And that's where all the spiders are coming from and shit. Weird stuff starts happening. And Gandalf is on the top of there. He's right there with his little staff and his little wizard hat. And when I watched it today, I was like, oh, fuck, that's the part of the movie I drew. I didn't even know what part of the movie that I had drawn. I had no fucking idea, but that's psychic for you. A lot of these are like movies and like stuff I've watched, so I can get the information out, right? So now I'm feeling like, I feel like somebody released a spirit around you and it's been fucking with you. And it fucks with the things you do. It fucks with the people around you. It takes your money. It takes your pride. It takes everything, okay? And I just so happened to stop with the mist on the bottom of the deck, okay? And look at that. Remember I said the old switcheroo? It's on the fucking bottom of the deck. I can't make this shit up if I tried. The bottom of the deck's just sitting here. Okay, look at this. Look what's popping out. We got the two-sided card. Okay, there's two sides to every fucking coin. And obviously, there's a dark side and a light side. I think you've been on the dark side for too long, okay? And what else is poking out? Emotional as fuck. So you could be emotional as fuck for, like, no reason sometimes. And I think this is because what's been happening around you. This will make sense if you've been having dreams. Okay, so your dreams will reveal what is going on with your mission in 3D. Okay? So we've got 3 billboards here. Great movie, by the way. You should watch it. The lady in it, Mildred Hayes, her daughter gets killed. Not only does her daughter get killed, but the suspect, they don't find anybody. In the movie, I'm pretty sure it's a true story, but I mean, it really resonates with this other story of this lady, Into the Fire. I know it's on Netflix. I kind of feel like it's like a lot like that, because then this lady just started like advertising shit and like to try to find her daughter. And like, I'm getting to a point, don't worry. So I'm getting like something has been like, I don't know, advertised in front of you, or in order for something to be done. Like in the movie, she puts up these advertisements on 3 billboards in order to get the chief of police to like fucking do something. I don't know, do your fucking job, right? And they just can't find anybody. Like sometimes crimes just don't get solved, and that's just the way the world works. And like we try our hardest, but sometimes we fail, right? So it's like, I think something has been done to you, okay? Something could have been done to you as a child, and it put you on the dark side. And what I've realized is, like, if you were molested, okay, say as a child, if something happened to you, or like you were fucked with, you were mentally fucked with, you were physically fucked with, or something like that, for the most part, your memory will like wipe it. Okay. And you'll put all these things in front of it that really massively affect your life as an adult. Like you'll do really fucked up things. You like always do things to try to kill yourself, you know, like you'll jump off cliffs and do shit because like life just doesn't mean anything to you. There's a reason why life doesn't mean anything to you. It's because you know that death is right there, because it's been staring at you your whole fucking life. Some people, they either see it or they don't. Okay. And I'm this kind of channel where I'm sure you wouldn't be watching if death doesn't define you in some way. Okay. So I feel like the people who got physically messed with, we get this thing inside of us, and you wouldn't know it unless you got fucked with. You don't know what this thing is unless you've got the same thing. Okay. And it's this thing that makes us want to kill. Literally. It really does. And it's like, especially if no justice has been done. If justice has been done, suddenly like we can kind of like move on with our lives. We always have this like dark side that's like, you know, like, yeah, get me in a fucking room, you know, with a baseball bat and you know, tied to a chair. Please. Like, I would love to break this awesome streak going in my life, right? To fuck with somebody like you. Like, it's just something that is just, you know, it's just like I don't know if you have autism. It's just, but this is like, and like for the most part, autism is like those shots that they give you as a kid. That's usually what causes that, right? Like there's always a cause to everything. There's a root of the problem always. It's just whether or not you find it, right? So if you've been like, and now I'm getting Steve-O from Jackass, like literally just an idiot all the time, just like teetering with death, never really taking it seriously. It's probably because you've seen death, and death, you're not afraid of it. You look at death like, hey, yeah, right, you can't fucking touch me for years, bitch, because I got to keep this motherfucker alive. It's something like that. Like, what pedophiles do to children, I don't know if they like switch lives with them or some shit like that, but I feel like for the most part, we end up like taking care of them somehow in our blood. I don't know, like with our energy, I don't know, like whether they fucking relive the story every day and it keeps them alive again. And I don't really know what it is, but it's something weird. Okay. And when we don't know what to do with that energy, we'll start to advertise it. Literally, just be like, say something, right? Because you're always hoping that whoever is hiding in the mist, whatever's hiding in the mist will eventually say something. They'll eventually be like, yeah, it's me you've been looking for. But they don't. They're super cowards. They're never going to fuck. If they fuck with kids, do you think they're going to fuck with you and I think they're going to say anything to you as an adult? Are you fucking kidding me? They're the biggest cowards in the world. There's no way, right? But they're on the top of the tower now and they've got nowhere to go. So it's almost like now there's this guy I dated back in the day, and this is the analogy I'm getting. He actually saw like his pedophile on a fucking train, and he just sat right down beside him. And I was like, oh, and he's like, he had nowhere to go, just like I never had anywhere to go. And I was like, I don't know how you did that. Like, I don't know how you fucking sat there beside him and didn't kill him. And he's like, well, you know, like I think the guy wanted to shit his pants the entire time. And that's the thing, is like there are two sides to everything. Like, you want to fuck with something awesome, you know, you want to fuck with something innocent, something light, something beautiful. Just remember that once you taint it, once you fuck with it, once you decide that you can just take whatever you want and manipulate it, they're going to go on the other side. And once they're on the other side, you better fucking run for your life, because there's no turning back from that now. You just took something good and ruined it for no reason, right? And that's what people do. They take really good things and they ruin them because they don't understand. Like, somebody has obviously ruined their life in some way. I want to think that anyways, that if somebody has purposely manipulated with you, it's because they got manipulated with, but sometimes it doesn't really work that way. Some people who manipulate us, they had a fucking gold platter their whole goddamn lives, and they didn't have anything fucking wrong with them. Nothing fucking happened to them, and they still fuck with the world because they can. And then there's other people who get fucked with every day that never send it out, that never want to fucking hurt people. Because why would you? Why do you want to hurt people? That's what I never understood. Okay, I never understood why people want to hurt people. Because on a regular, I don't want to fucking hurt anybody. I just want to live my life. I just want to go to the grocery store. I want to get my good meats. Okay, I want to fucking bake. Okay, I want to do my channel. I want to make tarot cards. I don't want to fuck with people. Why would you? Other people, they like, you know, social media just drives them crazy. Everything just drives them crazy. Like, I'm telling you, there's like fucking a whole other world on those apps and shit that people get into. And it just like changes them like spiritually. Like, I don't keep any apps on my phone like that anymore. I check my Facebook like once a day if I remember, and then it's gone. The app is gone. I delete it from my phone. And when I want to go back on, I re-download it and put it on my phone. Like, it's the only way that I can contain myself from looking at this shit and putting myself in all these other positions with these people. And I'm like, I don't need to fucking know what these people are doing. I don't even know them. Why do I care what they're doing all day? But some people really fucking do. They really care about what's going on. Did my camera just move? I don't know. It was super weird. I kind of feel like it did. But if it didn't, that's just my eyes. But it could have. I don't know. I think I just saw something in my phone. Okay, a spirit has shown up. So now back to the reading, which we're always in the fucking reading. But dreams. Something's going on in your dreams. Okay, and now we got the fly on the wall, which we're getting a little taste. We're getting a taste of their life, this person's life. So you got, okay, and a lot of times when you get the ghost beside you, you get the imaginary friend beside you, it's because you've been somehow abused. Right? Because you just end up talking to something. Because you know something's there. Because you're never alone. There's always like spirits around you and shit, regardless, right? So once this person did whatever they did to you and opened up your third eye, got you talking, Okay, this spirit is telling you that you've now, I think, gone back to the light side of things, and what's hiding in the dark is this person. Okay, and they're switching. I don't know if this person's gonna die. There's the heart in reverse. I realize I used this card as the thumbnail. I didn't really know if I was gonna come out or not. It did. Heart in reverse. This person's heart might stop. They might have a heart attack. Like, honestly, could you imagine? Okay, and like this is really bad. But like, could you imagine if you fuck with somebody, or if like you were a bully, or if you did something and then that victim was suddenly standing in front of you and there was nowhere for you to go? Because usually if you're an evil person, right, then the evil deeds that you do, like when karma's ready to hit you in the face, like it fucking will. And like, you better be, they say that like, you don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Like, don't fuck around with somebody if you can't take that karma back, like, because it's going to happen to you, whether you like it or not. Right. So now it's like, I feel like maybe you're just you're done putting your energy into this person. Like, you could have a kid now, and now you've realized who the big elephant in the room is, like who's the monster in the room, and you're like, I'm not fucking bringing my kid anywhere near them. Like, that's the thing. You know what's so weird? My stepfather was the pedophile of the family. He had 3 kids, and then my sister and I were his stepkids, and nobody has had kids. None of his 3 kids didn't have kids. I never had kids. He never fuck with my sister, but she didn't have kids. None of us had kids. And for the most part, when you are sexually abused, you either like start having kids at like a really young age and like sexually active from a really young age, and like whether you have the kids or you don't, but usually you will start having kids because you want that family around with you. And then other people, I swear to God, honestly, this shit follows you around. Okay. So we got Girl Interrupted with Sherlock. Like, if you really look at your life, this will make sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, then don't make it make sense to you, right? But this is something like, you have been interrupted. Okay. And with Girl Interrupted, you never that's just a movie. It is what it is. She ends up in a psych ward, but I'm a girl interrupted. I know what that's like. And when I finally looked at the symptoms of what I had my whole life, because I didn't really figure it out until I was like 33, I think, is when I figured it out. And like, the way that my stepfather even reacted to my accusations let me know what he did. The way my mother reacted to my accusations, I know that she knew something happened. Like, my father stopped talking to me. Like the way that everybody reacted was like, you guys had more of a reaction than this has been affecting my whole life. Like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't happen to you. Why the fuck are you acting like it did? Why, like, right? So if you look at like how much you've been interrupted, that's the elephant of the room. Is like things affect us more than what we think. Even if you think you can live without it. Even if you're like, I'm so fucking far over that, I don't think about it. It thinks about you, right? So, the path. I like this because that means, and right below it, we've got God's organized destruction. G-O-D, okay? Which means this person, ooh. So whoever this person is that interrupted you, okay, that like literally interrupted you, like gave you a fucking stutter for the rest of your life, metaphorically speaking, they're going to the other side. And whatever that means, honestly, where you're going, totally different. Okay, like your path is leading to the sun from like a very dark place, okay? And I don't know if you're going to get a face-to-face with this person. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to die. Okay, maybe they're going to die. They're going to fucking disappear. You're never going to see them again because of what they unleashed. Your dreams possibly might tell you something, but I think the whole switch around is because you're on the dark spectrum going to the light. Did you just hear that dog start barking like a motherfucker? I don't really know why, but he just started barking. And that could be the thing, is like, now it's the switch around, you know, like this person probably, oh, look at, they stink, man. Their shit stinks. Okay. They're garbage. I think that they've put you on that side for a really long time, you know, like made people hate you, made people despise you, made it seem like you were the fucking, you know, you're the interruption when like you're not the interruption. Like that's they're just assuming they're trying to guilt trip you into taking something for them. This person is really sick. Whoever you're dealing with is really sick. And there's a countdown. This person, I honestly, the way that I feel, this person creeps everybody out. Okay, it's not just whatever they did to you. They creep everybody out. Everybody out. And I think it's done. I think they're done being able to turn people, right? Because like people turn around them. They turn nasty, right? Because this person is not good. Like they're not good. Like God's organized destruction, no doubt. Like didn't create them all out of fucking love, that's for sure. Some of them got just created out of like fucking pure hate. Like ain't no love fucking involved with this person, that's for sure. Look at that, homemade with love in reverse. I told you, like, there is no love with this person. This person is just a flat out monster. So you get the switch around now, like something, they're going to get caught or they're going to die or whatever it is you're advertising. Like, I don't know, you could be advertising something that's allowing people to know what happened to you. Like, you're inviting people to see something about you. Like maybe you're like me and you just talk about it, right? Like, I'm sorry, but if you think I'm disgusting for being molested, that's nice. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's not my fault. But I did think that people were going to judge me hardcore because of it. But like, if you judge me because of that, then there's something fucking wrong with you. Like I didn't fucking, it's not like I asked for it. Like, all right. So like the sword and the stone says that this person is going to lose their money. That's the answer. The answer is to take their money. They assume, I think they assume that they're going to die really soon and then that, you know, death will save them. And like, you don't really get away with it that easily. Like, I think you should be broke first and then know what it's like to have to live broke. Right? I think that's the ultimate lesson because people don't know. You don't fucking know the world unless you live broke. Like, honestly, you're fucking getting everything you want all the time and then you just think you're going to be able to die. Like, yeah, okay. No. So the answer is to scare them out of their money for treating you like such trash. And that's the thing. You want to take something and you want to take something innocent and turn it nasty. Guess what? It's going to turn on you one day. You know, just like the world's going to turn on you. Like people, it's like, man, my dad used to always say to me, you and your universe. And because I'd be like, you know, the universe knows and like they see and like I believe in them and I believe that. And he'll be like, oh yeah, you and your universe. Oh yeah, you and your universe. Like he was always so obnoxious about it. And I'd be like, who the fuck? Like, who do you think is here? Like, are you living that small of a little fucking hut that you really think that there's nothing here? There's nobody around you. There's no synchronicities. There's no signs. Like, everything is just dead. Like, really? Just like you? Like, is that what you think this world is? Like, he doesn't believe in people like me. He doesn't believe in, even though I've shown him so many fucking things my whole life. Like, I was thinking about this, my sister, the other day. I'm like, wow, I wonder how many things we showed my father. Like, how many synchronicities, how many signs we showed him that we had a gift, that we were watching him, that this isn't what fucking what it's all cracked up to be, and like, you know, what he said and what he did meant something, and that you don't just get away with everything that you fucking because mommy fucking puts you on a little like fucking chariot your whole life and let you get away with everything. Yeah, that's nice. The world's not gonna let you do it. Like, I know that we have this like really weak ass system in Canada where really people don't actually get the shaft very easily, but karma itself, I know it hits people. I know it does. I've seen it. If it's hit me for like little white lies and shit that I've done in my life, there's no fucking way that it's not hitting the monsters. There's no way. Like, I just don't believe it. I wouldn't do this channel if I didn't actually believe that there was karma out there, that things actually happen for a reason. And like, for whatever fucking reason, I didn't go to work tonight. It was so fucking weird. Like, I couldn't find a cab company and then nobody would answer. I started calling a half an hour beforehand. Then I finally get a hold of somebody. She says it's going to take over a half an hour. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then I was like fucking waiting over half an hour. Nobody showed up. I'm like, I can't do this. My boss is like, just don't worry about it. Just fucking stay home. Like, it was so weird. And I know you might think that's nothing. Trust me. I haven't taken a cab to work for 21 years. 21. I've had a car since I was 17 years old. I've never had to worry about this. And since this shift happened, like, I don't know, I think I was trying to think of it today, like 3 years, I think I gave my car up. And just started really working on my sister's car and just saying, fuck it, let's just have like one bill and like pay everything. And like, I couldn't believe it. I haven't not had a car since I was 17 years old. And to know that I couldn't get to work tonight because a fucking cab company wouldn't pick up and then nobody showed up is just like, that's a sign from the universe. That's like, I was ready. I was packed. I was ready to go. And then suddenly I just can't get to work. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's like, I always go to work. So I kind of knew that something was weird. And then I pulled my cards and I'm like, this is weird. Like, I always get to work. I don't fuck around. I'm never somebody who fucks around. I don't, especially with work. But when something else is happening in the universe, like some type of weird shift or whatever, I get my cards out and I try to fucking see what's going on because there's something bigger at play here. And I always think that. That is how I always drive myself, because if I have to actually believe that there is nothing here, then I just won't be here anymore. Like, I just can like pull the plug like that. I just don't really care, right? Like, I'm not suicidal. I've never been suicidal. Actually, I've been suicidal most of my life, so that's, a lie. But to think that like I was actually really like living for nothing. So I have to really believe that there's something here. And I do. And I will always believe something is here because of the way that I've actually seen my readings come true. So I trust my readings. I trust my mess. I trust everything. And like, if I'm here, there's a reason, or I wouldn't be here. Like, I honestly, I just wouldn't care anymore. And like, for some reason I really fucking care. And there's not really a reason to. I don't have anything. Like, I don't have any kids or anything. No reason to like care. My family's like, meh, whatever. They're there, but do I really care about them? No. No. So I couldn't believe that I didn't go to work tonight. I would never even be doing this reading if I had have gone to work. And I always go to work. I'm just like, I'm kind of a little bit let down by the universe. I'm not going to lie, because I really wanted to make money tonight and do what I do. But instead, I have to talk about a pedophile, apparently. Oh, look at that. Eric Draven. Didn't even see. Look at ED on the bottom of the deck. Fucking Eric Draven. He comes in for revenge because people fuck with him. They kill him. They come in for no fucking reason. They fuck around. I'm like the day before he was going to get married. Okay. So this is what's landing right now in the ether. And this is creepy. Like, it's a really creepy vibe. Like, I got really fucking creeped out. Like, where my little ghetto fucking Melrose neighborhood is super fucking creepy, and I can't just call a cab to get here. I have to like call a cab and like walk somewhere else, and like I just wasn't gonna do it. And like I don't know. I'd rather just have my car, and like my car's just not here. So like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? So I stayed home, but Eric comes in for revenge, and like, if you get that like hankering to stay home, or if like something happens, I mean, all of a sudden you can't get somewhere, consider that a sign. Like, consider it a sign, because sometimes we've got these things that are planned, and then somebody finds out that you've got this plan to go on the highway or to get to work, and like, it's just routine. We talked about this. The routine card was coming up actually quite a bit last week. And I didn't really obviously understand the message of the routine. Is like, sometimes you need to break your routine up, right? So then whatever organized destruction is around you to hurt you or to jam you up or to do something, right? Like, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Wrath with distance. Like, Spirit wants you to stay away from people's wrath, from angry people. And right now, the people that are out, okay, like Christmas can either be the best time of the year for people or the worst time of the year for people because of their wrath, right? So distancing yourself, okay, isn't always the worst, because displacement, people, they displace anger, they put things on you, they take their day out on people, they don't understand that they're tired, that they should just go home and get rest, and they take their shit out on you. And that's where it's like, you never know how that's going to play out. Like, what if people have just been taking their shit on you this whole time, when this other person is the one that deserved to get all that, right? But you've just been taking it for some reason, you know, like because somebody didn't want to honestly deal with what they put out there. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Exposed. They left you exposed. I almost feel like I said, because I didn't get to work. I don't know if recently you didn't get to work, okay, or something got canceled, and it was because you were left exposed to people's wrath. And like, maybe you were gonna, you know, brush the wrong person the wrong way at the wrong time, and it was going to, because you are interrupted. When you're interrupted, it is really hard to watch somebody fuck with you and not retaliate. And not go like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it is so hard to see shit get thrown at you, garbage get thrown at you, because you didn't deserve, that's not your karma. Like, but I get it, okay, people everywhere are fucking crazy, but if you were interrupted because of what this person did, then if people threw garbage at you, it really wouldn't matter. You'd be like, diddly doo dah, I'll just get that there, you know. But because you were fucked with, okay, now we got Frank with running scared. That's your imaginary front. I'm telling you, somebody's got an imaginary front. And for the most part, it's kept you alive. But it also has told you when to run. Because you've got to have that thing in the back of your head that says, you better just run. Oh my God, okay, my sister was listening to this fucking ghost story. She listens to these weird ghost stories, these podcasts and shit. She was listening to a ghost story. A woman wrote in her adulthood and talked about a story when she was a child. And she said her mother was at the mall fucking dress shopping. And she said, even as a little girl, she had no interest in shopping. So her mother goes, okay, well, go hang out in the fountain in the middle of the mall. Stay there. I'm going to try on some clothes. Don't move. Fucking typical 80s mom, okay? Tell me how the girl, she was sitting there, she was looking at the fountain, and then she heard something. Okay, she literally said she heard something, like almost like a fucking somebody talking to her beside her. And they go, look, watch this man. This man's going to try to kidnap you. Watch him. And then they're like, go get your mother. Go get your mother. Go get your mother. It turned because the guy was getting closer and closer. She says, it was this old, sickly looking man. And then it turned into, okay, keep an eye out to go get your mother. Go get your mother. Go get your mother. Oh, to the point where like, she almost felt like spirit was like shaking her. She ran. Okay. She all of a sudden, and then the guy, as she was going by him, because she actually physically had to run by him to get into the store, he goes, you're the first one that ever knew I was going to take them. She ran. She screamed. She ran. She got her mother, and her mother was like, what the blah, 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 yelled at her or something like that from leaving the fountain. And she's like, no, this man tried to take me. And she said her mother wouldn't even listen to her. She's like, okay, just go over there, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, for her whole fucking life, she remembered that story. That says she was just sitting there minding her own business. She never heard a voice in her head. She never heard anything until she heard, this man's going to take you. Go get your mother. Go get your mother. Go get your mother. And she got up and she ran. And then the man said, you're the first person that's ever known I was going to take them. Because she was staring at him. I don't know. I guess the man, you know, knew the woman, that the little kid knew that she was going to get taken. Like, I'm telling you, like if this shit didn't exist, I wouldn't be here doing this. And that's why I'm like, you know, when you either take signs and synchronicities because they mean something to you or you don't. And my sickness, my telepathy, my third ear, eye, whatever, that warns me and tells me not to do things, I'm still here. And nothing major is really, you know, knock on wood, happened to me. And you want to call me paranoid for, you know, considering waiting outside in a sketchy neighborhood for over a half an hour for a cab just to go to work for a shift that I wasn't even supposed to work for, by the way. I was trying to do my boss a favor, and I was like, I really shouldn't. I'm like, I don't have my car because my sister's at work. So and he was like, well, please, I really need somebody to help. And then like, I mean, I call signs. Like, I don't know. And then, you know what was so fucking weird? Couldn't find any... Bro. Oh, what up, Adam? I thought your name said something different. Anyways, I totally forget what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, my boss. I wasn't even supposed to work tonight. That's the thing. Is like sometimes, like, things get interrupted. You know what I mean? They get interrupted. And once you take the sign, I don't know, like, there are too many... Yeah, see, guilt trip. Honestly, like, I felt really bad having to tell my boss I couldn't make it in. Like, I really did. Like, I really felt bad. And then I was like, you know what? Honestly, my PTSD went off. All my fucking trauma went off. And I'm like, I can't stand outside somewhere waiting for a cab when I've got a fucking vehicle right down the road that's just inaccessible, but would have if I was supposed to work this shift. If I was supposed to go to work, my car would have been here. But clearly I wasn't supposed to. Or I would have got a cab company right away, and I wouldn't have had to wait a half an hour, and I wouldn't have been put in a dangerous situation, so I just don't go. If there is the littlest bit of danger somewhere, I don't go. I don't go. Honestly, it's just not... You hear the worst stories sometimes, and like, I actually... Since working in this small town, I left and came back. I've worked with 2 women, both of their mothers murdered. The one lady, she was the guy who killed her mother, was the first guy ever convicted in Canada for murder without a body, because he'll never tell them where he put the body. Never. The other one, he got like 3 years or something like that, and then he was out. Fucking bada boom, nada bang. Like, 2 people I know have been murdered. And like, I mean, call me fucking crazy, but I don't really need to know anybody else. So I take warnings, I take shit seriously. And like, if there's been some type of weird fucking pedophile around you, or somebody who's been like causing you harm physically, then I think, for the most part, they've probably tried to kill you quite a few times. They've probably tried to put you in harm's way. They try to do something. And if you don't believe in signs and you push against energy that's trying to tell you, right? Like, I think they are presently pushing against energy, and they're not taking the signs. Right? They're not interrupted like you. They interrupted you. It doesn't mean that they opened up their third eye. It doesn't mean that any of their senses are open. If they went and molested somebody because they got molested, they didn't get the point, right? They didn't get the silver lining from everything. They just chose to do it as if, oh, it's been passed on for generation to generation. My dad did it, so I'll do it. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're supposed to shut it down. You're supposed to know better than that, right? But sickness gets in and fucks with you, and I think they haven't seen the signs. I think you've been able to see a lot, and that's the thing, is like, just because you can see something, it doesn't mean that they can. And even if you try to even talk to them, or you try to even say something to them about it, they'll just run away. People are such cowards these days, and it's like, if you don't do tarot, then you don't find out the answers to anybody. Like, creepy is just staring at me at the bottom of the deck. Like, this is so creepy. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened today, but some shift happened. I know that it did. I know it did. And I keep cutting to the sun, which kind of makes me think that, like, I mean, I thought we were over this a few days ago, and I don't really think we fucking were, which is weird, because, like, I missed work last week too for some fucking weird reason, and I just couldn't go in. And I'm like, you know, when stuff like that happens, I'm not really one to chase a job. Like, I'll just stay home if I really feel like I have to, but I don't know, maybe there's a fucking weird work curse spell out there or something like that. Like, honestly, when you are massively manipulated by somebody, that PTSD and trauma fucks with you too on like a daily basis. So people's wrath and stuff, like, you lose jobs, you get fucked with, and it's like, it's so hard to live in this world nowadays without being like seriously mentally drugged. Like, I really don't know how people do it unless they're like fucking wasted all the time. Like, just to deal with people's energy in general is so fucking difficult. And then having a monster in front of you, like, your memory is everything. Like, it will warn you when things are about to happen, and it will tell you to stay home, and it will tell you if somebody's going through something, right? And somebody's definitely going through something around you. It's some type of monster that I feel like has been lurking around you for a while, right? And now it's like the universe has found out about it, right? They've just been hiding. People hide in your life so easily, right? And especially if they're narcissistic, then they'll try to be around you even more, you know, because like they don't want the memory to fade of like whoever they are, you know, like they want to stay the memory that they are right now, not who they were back then. Right. So they'll try to really stay active in your life as much as possible, and they won't back off. That's a lot of things with predators. They'll never back off of you. They won't give you space. Right. They want to watch you all the time. And now Spirit's getting that. Like somebody has been quite obsessed with you. I don't know if they stare at your they could stare your social media a lot. Right. Because they don't want you to get away from them. They don't want you to get away from them, but something is switching, and I almost feel like if you let the cat out of the bag with what happened, look at that, with what this poisonous person did, I mean, it's really going to make them panic. Like, I think somebody's around you that is already panicking from whatever they see. They're worried about something. I almost feel like they're worried about if you find out truly about what they did, then you'll kill them. And honestly, my mother looked at my sister one day, and a lot of my sister's memory was coming back. And she was like, well, you know, I remember this and I remember that. And my sister and my mom looked at my sister like with so much worry in her eyes and goes, but do you remember anything else? And she was like, well, no, like not right now, no. And it was like the sigh of relief came over my mother. Like, I don't know what my mother did to my sister. I don't know if she did. Like, she knows something. That's the thing, is like your parents and the people around you, they know something, because they saw you before something happened and after. They know you. And if you changed, then they're almost like they're worried that you're going to put it onto them. Like you're going to be like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say something? You saw something, you know, you see something, you say something. That is the rule of thumb. And I think somebody saw something and they saw the poison and they didn't do anything. They might have told somebody, like, if I ever see you doing that again, like, you know, I'll fucking cut your balls off, but it doesn't mean that they were going to actually do it. Right? Like they just didn't get caught again. Well, nothing was done. Who knows? That could have been the 100th time that they walked in on, right? It certainly probably wasn't the first. So I think this person is like, whoever this is around you, like I think they're really scared you're going to kill them. So I think what's going to end up happening is the perfect storm is going to happen where they're already hanging in the from the looks of it, universe's mercy as it is right now. They're on borrowed time. Once this breaks, they're done. Like, they could have a stroke, they could fall down the stairs. Oh my gosh, look at then we got the box with Trapped and Werewolf. Okay, that's the bipolar change that happens. And then with Liar, and then we have Witch. Ew, look at Sex with Fox Mulder. Oh my god, and the Warlock. Oh no, work third-party interference. I'm telling you, like, this affects everything in your life, okay? Everything. They like, these predators and what people do to you, they have no idea how much it actually fucking affects your life. Like, they just get it for sexual gratification. Guess what? It fucking ruins our life. Like, awesome, you got off. I'm really awesome. Like, you could have just done that on your own. You didn't have anything to do with anybody else, but... And with a child, great. Hope they give you a fucking award in hell, right? This person is such a liar, and now I'm getting this fucking song. It's called Liar's Funeral by Slipknot. Okay, so there is definitely somebody who saw this, okay? If it was a woman, it's a woman who is, like, She might appear as really pretty in real life. Like her appearance seems really pretty. The thing is that her looks are going to deteriorate really quickly, and she's going to look like shit soon, especially once this stroke hits her. Her whole fucking mouth could like go down. Okay, whatever this is, it's all sex inflicted. It's what they did with sex. Okay, you want to abuse sex, this is what you get. Okay, and they're going to have some type of twist of events that happens because of the work that they did on you, what they did to you. Okay, they did things that were unexplained, and there's a lot of cover-ups, a lot of conspiracies, which is why Fox Mulder's here. Okay, there are things that will never fully be understood. Okay, and that's, I mean, I don't think you'll get the full download until you die, until you cross over. Okay, and I feel like this person is going to get put into a box, and the box would be, it could be a bed, isolated alone in a bed for the rest of their lives. Okay, and they're headed straight for this. Like, this is what is supposed to happen. This is what you want to line your fate up. All I can do is read it. I have no reason why I would care about something like this. So it's like, I'm just reading. It seems like the fate of this person, and it seems like, and like whatever this warlock energy is, it's almost like whatever this witch did, whatever this awful fucking feminine energy is in reverse, they opened up the magic in you. They made you see something. It's like they opened up your third eye, they opened up the imagination in you. And that's sometimes what ends up happening. It's like, that's why you start talking to your imaginary friend, because it's like they do something to you. They open up your eyes in some way and they do something. And once they fuck with you, you're never the same again. Like like predators don't know what they do. Like they really don't. They think, oh, kids will forget about it. Kids don't forget about anything. Kids don't forget about anything. They don't forget anything. They don't miss anything. When you think they're not paying attention, they fucking are, and they'll fucking hold you accountable for the rest of their lives. And like, you want to think that kids are dumb? Like, kids are the most resilient motherfuckers in the entire world. Like, I wouldn't even fuck with a kid. Are you kidding me? Like, there are things that my fucking little cousin would say to me, and I'd be like, you know that? Like, my parents treated me like I was so dumb, and I was such an idiot, and that I didn't know what they were doing, and that all their lies and all their bullshit that they would say straight to my face, I didn't know what they were doing. I just knew how to play dumb really well, and they knew how to play dumb with each other, so they knew how to lie to one another and just try to cover it up with whatever they wanted to say I did. Like, whatever, the next, like, fight was going to be was always just blamed on whatever they wanted to blame on Whitney. Like, all right, blame this on Whitney, blame this on Whitney. It's all going to get covered up anyways. Everyone thinks she's a liar no matter what, so we might as well fucking do this and trap her, right? All that shit universe saw. It's all been seen, whether it was fucking recorded through your dog, okay? Your dog's got eyes. Could have been recorded through your dog. Your aunt could have saw, your uncle could have saw, your sister could have been watching. Somebody's always watching what these people are doing, and they think that they're, going to get away with it forever because it's behind closed doors and they're your family and blah, blah, blah. And no one's allowed to talk about it. Fuck you. Like, this is probably the thing that you talk about the most. Is like, if you can't talk about what happened, then you're just holding it in, right? And then if you hold it in, you just ruin your life. That's like basically what they trained you to do. But it's really hard to talk about shit like that. It's really hard to like even start. And then there are therapists out there that are like, give your parents another chance. Oh, sure. Great. Let's try another 15 years of this bullshit, shall we? Great advice, fucker. Like, people, they don't know. They don't know, like, fuck therapists, honestly. Sometimes they can be great, and other times they can just fucking, I got more, talking to the wall than I did, releasing all my inner secrets to this fucking yuppie who probably goes home and tells their husband all about it. Like, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like, people just, you want to play dumb? That's great. Everybody loves a dumb fucking idiot, but, the universe isn't dumb. Like, that's for fucking damn sure. And to also think that animals are dumb, that they're not watching, that they're not, taking note of things that you're doing is also ignorant, right? Like everybody's watching you. Like, everybody's, it's just everything. If it's got eyes, it's watching you. Right? Like, and even a mirror, Jesus Christ, those things are like fucking coming out to be like portals or some shit like that. I'm like, I don't even look at the mirror. I'm like, how do I look directly at it? Like, I don't even want to look at the mirror anymore because it's fucking creeping me out. Did you see those videos where like people are looking in the mirror and then suddenly their eyes change? and shit, like whatever a fucking mirror does. I'm like, oh my God, people just run away to the woods and never come out. I don't know what else to say, but there the old switcheroo happens. So like, fuck this person. Whatever they fucking think that they're just going to keep getting away with, they didn't get away with anything. And now the universe is lining them up for fucking calling you a big fat liar for so long. Oh, they're going to be sad about it too. Yeah, narcissists usually are sad when you cut them off. Fucking idiots, honestly. I never know what these readings are going to be, so this is a pretty big pedophile reading, and like when they come out strong. So yeah. Oh man. And then like call me crazy. Oh, there's the signs card. I fucking knew it. Call me crazy. But when I was trying to get to work, I couldn't find a fucking cab company for the life of me on the internet. And there was this other thing, like this other company. And so I call, and it just keeps ringing and ringing. So I try to get a hold of them for like 10 minutes. And finally, this like weird robot guy picked up the phone. And I'm like, is this a cab company? He's like, yes. And I'm like, can I get a cab to? And then I said the thing, and he's like, yes. I'm like, are they going to show up? He's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I know the car that's going to show up? And he's like, well, it'll be on the app. I go, I don't have the app. I'm calling you. And he goes, okay, well, you can't use this service then unless you have the app. It was so creepy. It was the creepiest thing in the world. I don't know. Watch these fucking apps and shit that say they're going to come pick you up. Like, unless they're, I don't even know. I don't know. Honestly, I am OG cab companies. Okay, like I want the cab company on the side of the car with the fucking number, and I call me old school, but I do not like this call the app thing, and then it tracks you and it traces you. He's like, you have to have a credit card to put down on the app. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I am not putting a card on an app. Like, why? I've got cash. I need to pay cash. I don't want to pay with a card. Like, so creepy. Like, really watch, because like, and I think maybe this is why the collective is going to kind of like, energy is going to move, because whatever weird scenario was just kind of lined up with your work to, I don't know, fucking hurt you or derail you in some way, fire you, do something to you, it's not going to work. I can tell you that right now. It is not going to work. Like, as soon as my boss knew I'd already been waiting over a half an hour for a cab, and he knew that I didn't have my car, he was like, yeah, okay, just don't come. It's fine. And I'm like, are you serious? I've never worked for a boss like that. What do you mean just don't come? He's like, it's fine. Blah, blah. And I'm like, you're the fucking best. Like, I owe you huge. Like, I don't know this cab company bullshit. Okay, so you're not going to get in trouble. Nothing's going to happen. And it's not going to be what people think it is. That's why it's like the old switcheroo. Like, whoever is going to get face-to-face with you or come face-to-face with death or face-to-face with their own fucking man in the mirror for whatever it is they did to you, they're not going to take the signs. They're going to go against something. They're not going to read something properly, and it's hasta luego, and it's gonna be different for everybody. I mean, if they're a monster, I fucking hope they get hit with a stroke. That's the least the universe could do for them. I mean, honestly, like, if they're not gonna kill them, like decapitate them in some way, like take their fucking legs off, or like make it so that they can't walk anymore, like they have to fucking, they can't piss without wearing a diaper, like humiliate them. I mean, that's the best thing to do. Like, if you can't kill them right away because, they're just on the list waiting, then, make a motherfucker fucking shit in a diaper and just be humiliated because that's what they did to you. So, karma at its best. We always think like death is the best answer, like just kill them. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, but don't you want to like torture just a little bit, like, twerk that nipple just a bit, like just hurt them in some way, like, come on, don't you just want to like, fucking take a knee off or something like that? Like, they're fine, they can walk with one leg, or something like that, like, just fuck it. Fuck you. Take away my work, I take away your fucking work. This is landing. I'm telling you. This is landing. The universe is angry. I can feel the universe's wrath right now. I really can. I can feel its anger. Because, like, some of these people have just been alive for too long. It's time to put your fucking house up for sale. It's time for other people to move in. Retaliation. Look at this, retaliation. Eric Draven again. I'm telling you, like, this person is going to get scurred out of their whole position. Like, and isn't that the way it should be? Honestly, like, isn't that the way it should be? Like, you scared me my whole life, and now, fuck you, you get scared? Like, I should hope so. I should hope the universe has a fucking personality like that. Like, I mean, obviously some deserve to die right away, but others, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was about taking their money and, like, oh, I wonder how it's even going to happen. You know, taking somebody's money is the best. I mean, you really watch them squeal. Because, I mean, if they're old as fuck, what are they going to do? Go get a job? Like, you're 80. Like, good luck getting a job. I can't even get one and I'm fucking 26. You know, like, I don't know, man. It's hilarious that people think that they can just bounce back. They don't know that it's, you know, the world has aged 60 years and that it's not what it is anymore, you know, like they're going to have to pay their rent and they're going to have to pay their fucking bills. And it's just, something's going to be funny. Something's going to be a little ironic for them. And it's going to be funny in a way that it's going to ruin their life. For you, it's going to be like, ooh, look at this. Mother Nature's wrath. Okay, with delusional. Like, they really are delusional to think, look, we got the fly on the wall again. They really are delusional to think that Mother Nature doesn't have a sense of humor. Honestly, look at that lightning. I mean, people get hit by lightning. You don't think Mother Nature doesn't just, you know, kind of fucking maybe do that for a reason? Come on. Like, she knows what she's fucking doing. She's not dumb. Okay? And then there's Donnie and Frank again. I always use Frank as a countdown because Frank gives Donnie a countdown right away. Like, these people, I mean, the second they do something to you, the second they fuck with you, the second they fucking take your innocence and fucking turn you black and turn you from, you know, this beautiful, innocent person to something negative, right? Their countdown to death begins. I mean, we all have a countdown to death. That's what's so funny. It's like, do you really think you're going to live forever? Like, how dumb are you? Like, and then they're like 80 some odd years old. And they're taking all these pills and they're trying to stay alive. And it's like, you fucking worthless piece of shit. Like, no matter what you do, like, these people, honestly, they've got a lot of accusations coming their way. Okay, a lot. And it's not just you. Okay, it's not just you. And, like, I worked with a woman once who, grandfather did some shit to her, and once he died, the cousins like got together and talked about it, and it turned out he did it to them all, but they never spoke about it. So they thought, you know, like, I think she was the first one that kind of spoke up and said something about the fucking piece of shit finally for who he was. And they were just like, well, that's me. And then she was like, it was like fucking 5 or 6 of them, some shit. None of the boys, all girls, right? It's like, sometimes it goes down like that. Like, you know, like fucking burn in hell. If they had all talked about it, I don't know if that motherfucker would have made it as long as he did. Right. So it is so much more common than what you think. Honestly, like, I'm pretty sure a majority of my family was like massively sexually abused just by their like history alone. Like, their abuse, their tactics, their lying, their, you know, trauma. Like, it's like you can kind of tell, like, especially if any of your parents kind of were like a sperm donor, you know, they didn't really care about you that much. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of love. It's because there's manipulation, right? Like, you're an item to them. You're not a living human being. Right? You're just something to them. There's the heart again in reverse, which I was a little bit worried about, right? Like, just not taking your heart seriously. Like, some people, they don't have the maternal instinct in them. Okay, there's Lawless. They could have been drug dealers back in the day. All right, there's the Mothman prophecies, and he prophesizes death. That's what he does. And there's Eric Draven again. Eric comes back for revenge. Like, if Mother Nature wants to come back and do something, it could be like a car accident. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen that show. I think it's like Grace and Frankie, those old bitches. I think I watched the first season. I think it's still going, but I only watched one season or two. I think two. Yeah, they were making dildos and shit like that. That's all the last thing I remember. And the one of them has a stroke driving. And she is like had her fucking granddaughter in the back, and she didn't even know that that's what she had. She had no idea she had a stroke. And like some people, like, I mean, they don't know. They're not taking their health seriously. They don't watch themselves. They don't, because they're delusional. They think I'm going to live forever. I'll know if something's going to happen to me. Like, yeah, right. You fuck with a kid, you don't know shit, right? They could have been drug dealers. They could be rough people, rough parents, didn't really care what ended up with you, didn't care how you turned out. They got a countdown. And it's about time that the countdown got off of you, right? Because you could have had, like I said, multiple, there's the creepy card again, like multiple death warnings on you. You just stayed alive because you were on the bad side. Like you were not on the bad side, but you were on the dark side, which means like you were listening to things, right? And even demons and shit, like they're not all bad. Like there's social media. I had a feeling social media was going to come up because I have a feeling someone's watching your social media. They're watching what you say and they're scared. Okay. They're legit scared. They're scared of how the world is how Mother Nature is going to deal with them. They're scared of the accusations you made against them. Like they're scared because they've been so delusional to think their actions didn't have consequences. Right? That like slowly but surely, really, did they think that you were never going to figure out the crooked roof that you were living under? Like, did they really think that, you weren't going to figure out that they were the ones coming in your room at night? Or they were the ones that fucking tied you up? Or they're the ones that took you away? Like, what they did was not right. It wasn't right. Regardless of how trashy they were in real life or how shitty the world was to them, it doesn't matter. Like, they're supposed to know the law. They're supposed to know the rules. Kind of comes with the territory when you have kids. Like, you either give a shit about them or you don't. And if you don't, let me tell you, they're going to come back and bite your fucking dick off like wrath. Okay? Like, they fucking will. And, like, I've seen it. I've seen how angry people get once they realize what their parents did to them. Like, it's so bad because it's the biggest betrayal possible. And all I'm getting through this whole reading is somebody just wants me to turn this off. Like, shut the reading, stop doing it. You don't have to talk about this. Like, yes, we do. Yes, we do need to talk about this because nobody fucking talks about it. Because these fucking bastards win all the time. You're not supposed to talk about things. We're not supposed to talk about things. We live ignorantly. Yeah, not anymore. You want to live ignorantly? That's fine. Fucking go under your own roof and do it. Sweep it all under the fucking rug. I don't give a shit, but you ain't gonna do that shit in my house. You fucking do something, we talk about it. I don't fucking sweep shit under the rug. That's the worst thing you could do. And like, there have been things that have happened with like me and my sister, and I swear the universe, like somebody is trying to say that we're gonna butt heads about it. We're gonna fight. My sister and I don't fight. We don't. It's like physically impossible for us to fight. We don't get angry with each other. There's no reason. It doesn't matter who gets into an accident. It doesn't matter what happens. We always have one another's back. There is no getting in trouble. Like, she can smoke all the weed. She can take something of mine. I don't give a fuck. We don't fight. We don't argue. We don't bicker. We don't, nothing. There is no reason. And when you lose that, darkness in you, when you realize that that's what they did to you, that's how much they fucked with you, that it ruins your whole life. Then you just go like, yeah, no, it's over with. Like, joke's with you. Like, I fucking figured it out. You might not figure it out because you think that the world just walks on eggshells with you. I just said the word pancake in my head, and I really think I want pancakes now. And I have pancake mix. I have this gingerbread pancake mix. It is so fucking good. I make icing for it. Oh, I'm going to make myself pancakes. Something seriously happened today, and I don't know why I had to be Sherlock and fucking figure it out, but guess what? There were two sides, and I can't make it lie. It's coming up again. There was two sides. You were put on the wrong side, okay, by some creepy-ass individual, and I don't know who it was, and I'm sorry that this shit happened, because that's the thing, is, like, nobody should have to deal with this, and, like, we're dealing with it still as adults, and, like, people will deal with it until the day that they die. Like, they will take shit to the grave. They will, choose not to say anything, right? They will keep it to themselves. They will keep your secrets. And, do I really believe that secrets deserve to be kept for monsters? No. Am I going to put myself, in the middle of everybody's, drama? No. But if there's a monster that has to be called out, I will always call it out. I don't give a shit. I could lose all my friends, all my followers, all my subscribers. I wouldn't give a shit. A monster is a monster. I'm not going to stay on something just to promote shit, so be careful out there. Be careful what you're doing and who can watch and just be cautious of yourself. We live in a really dangerous world. And if the signs are telling you something, then pay attention, because if I didn't pay attention to signs, I don't think I'd be alive. So just saying. I'm going to peace out. My head super hurts and I don't know what the fuck. Like I said, I don't know what happened today, but peace out. Have a good one. Be safe. And I will be around in the next few days. All right. Later, Gators.